Oh my goodness, I feel like it's been forever since I've said hi and spoken to you all. Yesterday, there were some fabulous videos that got put up by Miss Mansell making cupcakes and Miss Stagg reading a poem with her dog. So I thought, oh my goodness, you don't need to see my face as well. So I thought I'd save mine for today. I've also got a little plan for tomorrow. So there is a story for tomorrow, so keep your eyes out for that one. But I've also got a bit of a plan with lots of the other teachers, because we all miss you so much that we've got a bit of a plan between us. So keep your eyes peeled next week. There might be a very special video on its way up for you. If you listen, you might be able to hear my dog. That's Cooper. He's a little pug, and he's missing me because I've been at school today. So all of the teachers at school say hello, all of the ones that are there. Becky was there today, and so was Miss Shepherd, and they all say hi. Miss Brown says hi, Ella says hi, Peanut says hi, for those of you that I spoke to yesterday. That was a real pleasure. Carrot, she's also there today. She's been doing the cleaning and doing a fabulous job. And I've also got a bit of a shout out. Now, I'm not allowed to say names, so Aeroplane and Fish, hi! I told you I'd say hi. How are you? It's been such a pleasure to speak to some of you this week and to hear all the wonderful things you've been doing. I hear you've all been cooking. You've been making things at home. You've been winning some wonderful tournaments on TT Rockstars. Absolutely fabulous. Some people said that they might challenge me on TT Rockstars. I have to say, for those of you that know me, I'm not very good. So if you did happen to challenge me, you'd probably do very well. But I know there's lots of teachers out there who are very, very good at TT Rockstars. So if you fancy a challenge, try some of them. Now, I also know, in having spoken to some of you, that all of us are still feeling really worried at the moment. And there's lots, lots of things that we're worrying about. And that is completely normal. Everybody at the moment is worried. Excuse me. All the grown-ups are worried and all the children are worried, but about different things. And that's okay, because at the moment, this is a really strange situation that none of us have ever been in before. And we don't really have any answers. And I know normally you would ask the grown-ups for the answers to your questions. And sadly, we don't have the answers at the moment. It's okay to be worried. The best thing to do when you're feeling worried is to find somebody that you trust and share with them what you're feeling. And then you have the opportunity to talk those things through. I know your teachers are ringing you, so if you feel worried, please feel free to speak to them. But I came up with a little bit of a plan. Now, I've seen some things on Facebook that other people are doing. So this is an idea I got from there. And I thought it was a really lovely way for us to focus on, in a time when we're worried, to focus on all the really good things that are happening. So there's some different options that I've got. Now, one of them is that you could make a diary, and you could write in your diary either different things that you're worried about, so that when you speak to a grown-up, you can remember what it is and you can talk those things through with them. A diary about all the wonderful things that you're doing, the changes to your day, because in a few years' time, the experience that we're all having now is going to be something that children are learning about in their history lessons. So this is quite an important time for all of us. And it would be good for us to be able to remember some of the good things and some of the things that aren't so great about this time. So if you want to keep a diary, that would be fabulous. You can let us know what you're up to. I know some children have been cooking at home. I know some children have been doing arts and crafts. So you could take some pictures and you can add them to your diary. And then when we get back to school, we'll be able to have a look at those things as well, which would be fabulous. There's another thing called a positivity book. Now you can either make your own, or you might have, like I've got, a little notebook. And what you try to do is every day you write the date and you find one thing or more, if there's more, that are really positive in your day. So for me today, I've got two positives. The first positive is that the sun was out again and it was beautiful weather. And in England, we don't have beautiful weather very often. So I feel very lucky that we've got beautiful weather. The dog also agrees. And the other thing that I found really positive about my day was that I was able to speak to some of you, and that was really lovely. So that's going to go in my positivity book. The last thing is something that I saw that I thought was a really, really good idea, and I'm going to share that with you today. Now, it's called a wish jar, and there's lots of different ways of being able to make one. You may already have some things around the house that you would like to use as a little pot, and it kind of needs to be either a tall pot, or it could be a jar or a box with a lid. And what you're going to do is, every time you have a wish, so you might be stuck at home, you might be in your flat, and you might be thinking, oh, I just wish I could go outside and play football with my friends. Ta-da! This is what your wish jar's for. So what you're going to do is you're going to write that wish down, and then you're going to put it in your wish jar. And in the future, when all of this is finished and all of the coronavirus is over and everybody's back to living their life as normal, because that will happen, might not feel like it right now, but it is going to happen. When we're back at that time, we can then look in our wish jar and we can take out one of the things and we can think, that's something I wanted to do. I couldn't do it then, but I can do it now. And you can work on some of your wishes. There could be some really obscure wishes. So things that are quite strange. So it might be like, I'd like to go to the beach, or I'd like to go and buy an ice cream from the ice cream van. Those are things that we only do at certain times of the year, aren't they? But at the moment, none of us, me included, we can't do those things. So those are things that you might like to put in your wish jar. So I've got a few bits and pieces, and you can have a look and see if you've got any of these things at home, or if you might like to make your own. So have a look around your house. You need to ask your grown-up if you can have these things. So I've found there's an old tin that I've got, Hershey's chocolate, which used to be my favourite thing when I lived in America. I've got a box of tea bags, or a jar of coffee, or an empty carton. And what you're going to do, if your grown-up says you're allowed to use it, is you're going to use it as your wish jar. So you can either, this would be fine, because you can take the lid off, put stuff inside and put the lid back on. You don't need to do anything to this if you don't want to. But this might need a little bit of jazzing up. So what I was thinking is I might jazz this up a little bit, and we can have a look together. Now, this is one of the ones that is an orange juice one, and I have cleaned it out inside, so it's all nice and washed. You might need a grown-up to help you if you need sharp scissors to cut it. And my thinking was, I am going to get my scissors in there. I'm going to cut the top off like this. It's a bit tricky. Go around the square. There we go. Now I've got a pot. I don't really need a lid because I can fill this up with my wishes. So what I was thinking was I could decorate using a piece of paper. I could decorate the piece of paper, and then with some sellotape, I could stick that around my wish jar, stick it together at the back, and then it's all decorated. So I've got some pens here. I didn't remember to bring sellotape. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? So I'm going to put Miche's wish jar. Miche's wish jar. And you can decorate it however you like. You might have some colouring pictures at home that you want to colour in. Now, those of you that know me know that I really like flowers. So I'm going to draw some flowers. I really like stars. And sometimes, if I'm finding the day a bit tricky, I always look for a star in the sky when it gets dark. And I make a secret wish, because I really hope that some of my wishes will come true. I'm going to draw another flower here. Now, you don't need to see me doing all this drawing, so I'm not going to do much more than that. But that's just an idea of what you could do. And then what you can do is wrap it around your container like this. And then you would stick it at the back. Right, put a little piece of sticky tape on there. And there's your little wish jar. And then every time you have a little wish of things that you wish you could do and things that you haven't been able to do at the moment because we're all stuck inside, but when we get outside, these are the things we'd like to do. You can write it down on your wish and you can pop it in your wish jar. And then in the future, in a few weeks' time, when all of this is over and all the worrying has stopped, we can take our wishes out and we can have a go. And it would be a really lovely thing for you to be able to do together with your family and with the people that you're living with. You could put your wishes in the jar, and then it's something you can all do together when this is over. I know the time is hard, and I understand that, and I'm sending you a really, really big Mish hug. But you're all doing fantastically, and I really, really hope that the sun continues to shine and that we still have these lovely, lovely days. We're really enjoying hearing from you, so if you can update us on Twitter or send us an email, that would be fantastic. We love to hear what you're up to. And when your teachers ring you to speak to you, you can have a chat and let them know what you've been doing as well. Take care, and I will have another video up for you tomorrow.